Hey, family, friends, and fellow gamers. Welcome to Grumpy Gnome Gaming. I am Grumpy Gnome, and we're going to be starting in about 2 to 3 minutes, so kind of hang in there. Hey, family, friends, and fellow gamers. Welcome to Grumpy Gnome Gaming. I am Grumpy Gnome. Let me just get this camera set up a little bit better over here, kind of sort of like, let's go like that, right? Right thar. That should be good. Thar. Hey, welcome to Grumpy Gnome Gaming. I'm Grumpy Gnome. We are here to get our grump on, and in today's episode, we're going to do some Baldur's Gate 1 Enhanced Edition. So I've been looking forward to this run. I did a test run earlier, and it came out kind of sort of wonderfully, but I realized I made a lot of mistakes in it. I was rushing through the game, and I wasn't giving a thorough playthrough, especially for those who are not familiar with the game. Oh my gosh, Derpy Moose! Thanks, buddy. Now I know that my chat window works. Oh my God, you are so awesome. I am definitely going to give a shout out to you. Also, Grace 1957, thank you so much for following me. You two are legends. Thank you. Derpy, I owe you the big thank you for bringing Grace over to my channel. So I do appreciate that, and I'm looking forward to your stream on Thursday. If I am available, I'm definitely gonna drop you a line and check it out. Also, staring foil 9779. You're a legend too, man. You are my first follower on this channel, so there's something to write home about. Anyway, I am so glad to see that my chat box is working. This is awesome. Yeah, we're going to do some Baldur's Gate today, and I wanted to give those shout outs to those people. And since this is also going onto YouTube, be sure to follow Derpy Moose 99 Derpy Moose __ 99, also on YouTube. There we go. Got that out. Hey, without further ado, let's get into our game and see if we can get our tale of four brothers up and running. So here we go. All right, let's see what we want to do from this point. Probably minimize that. And no, why do I have banished up? Wrong one. Exit. God, I love banished. So we want to get out of banished. Come on, move. There we go. Let's bring up Baldur's Gate. Banished is going to be tomorrow. He who fights with monsters should look that he himself does not become one. And here is our intro. I do not know if there's actually any sound right here. If there is, I'm sorry for interrupting it. I do think that there usually is a sound, and this is where the orchestra comes in and kind of gives you the opening scene. And into the game we go. Okay, we are going to do single player, and we're going to actually start a new game. What we're going to do here is we're going to bring in a pre-generated party of 4 that are actually our brothers. So we're going to import a character file, and our first brother is going to be Guenter. And Guenter is actually the third oldest in the bunch. He is also the protagonist of our group, and his voice is going to be that of Trent. Give you a little.
Take them down! Very well. I will lead.
And
I will be sharper once
little
I'm
sample
rested.
of his voice. Name, Guenter. Okay, and we're going to accept. Brother number 2 is actually the oldest brother in the group, and that is going to be Helmut. And Helmut is our cleric. By the way, Guenter is our fighter in the group. His appearance looks good to me. And he is going to have a commanding voice since he is a cleric.
Feel my power. Do as I say, and I'll see you through the trials that await. Rest when we can, fight when we must.
That sounds extremely clerical to me. And Helmut, there we go. Third brother is going to be... Let's see who we got. It's going to be Hans. Hans is our illusionist. He is the second oldest brother in the group, and he is going to have a scholarly voice since he is into the magics.
Let's give them a right thrashing.
Well, of course. I am. I grow torpid and require slumber.
Okay. And name is going to be Hans, and we're going to accept him. And our young... Wait, where are we here? What happened to Helmut? Oh, did I not accept Helmut in here? Let's delete him. Here, I'm going to do this real quick. Oh, no. I want to go back. Create this. Import. Isn't it always this way when you want to do something and you're going live that things just don't work out the way they should? This is a commanding voice. Name. That looks good. Done. And we're going to accept you. Now we're going to... I must have hit the wrong one. Import character file down to Hans, which is right there. We're done. Your appearance, that looks good. And you're going to be the scholarly voice. That sounds good. Name, that is your name. And accept, there we go. And finally, the youngest brother, also probably the best looking one, is Wolfgang. And Wolfgang is our thief in the bunch. So here we go. And his appearance. Oh, cool. Things are lighting up over here. And by the way, thank you guys for lighting up. Wolfgang, what voice did I have for him? I think I had Alvius.
Have at you!
I am an excellent leader. Just ask any of my surviving meat shields. Friends.
Yeah, that sounds kind of thievish to me. Now, even though Wolfgang is a thief, he is still of chaotic good alignment. So, actually, our entire party is of good alignment. And the reason for that is because this is going to be a good player playthrough, which is kind of what the game is designed to be. I will follow this up with an absolute evil party. And it's probably going to be one of the most evil runs that we have ever done, that anybody has ever done in Baldur's Gate. Because one thing we're going to try to ignore is our reputation. And, bring on the guards, bring on the bounty hunters, we will deal with them. Okay, we're going to go core rules because I don't want any advantages for my party, nor do I want any disadvantages because I'm already disadvantaged enough by running only a party of 4. So let's get into this game without further ado.
Nestled atop the cliffs that rise from the Sword Coast, the citadel of Candlekeep houses the finest and most comprehensive collection of writings on the face of Farron. It is an imposing fortress, kept in strict isolation from the intrigues that occasionally plague the rest of the Forgotten Realms. It is secluded, highly regimented, and it is home. Within these hallowed halls of knowledge, your story begins. You have spent most of your 20 years of life within this keep's austere walls, under the tutelage of the sage Gorion. Acting as your father, he has raised you on 1,000 tales of heroes and monsters, lovers and infidels, battles and tragedies. However, one story was always left untold, that of your true heritage. You have been told that you are an orphan, but your past is largely unknown. Lately, Gorion has been growing distant from you, as if some grave matter weighs heavily on his heart. You have asked about his concerns as gently as possible, but your queries have been in vain. Your sole comfort is the knowledge that he is a wise man, and you know he will tell you when the time is right. Nonetheless, his silence is troubling, and you cannot help but feel that something is terribly wrong. Today, Gorion has appeared more agitated than ever, and now he has uncharacteristically interrupted your chores in the middle of the day, imparting hurried instructions for you to equip yourself for travel. He has handed you what gold he can spare, but given no clue as to why. Nevertheless, you now stand before the Candlekeep Inn, ready to purchase what you need for an unplanned and unexpected journey.
All right, let's get into this. Done. Okay, normally, I'm going to hit pause for a second. Normally, I would not be purchasing stuff here because anything that you want in this game can actually be found out in the field. And we're also going to be running through Candlekeep a little bit differently than, say, a new player would be doing. These green people here are tutors. And notice how this tutor is placed in a clockwise manner, so you would talk to him first. Well, the way the game is designed is if you're new, you're going to go in a clockwise manner around Candlekeep. We're not going to do that. We're going to go counterclockwise just to knock out all of the quests and get into the game that much quicker. Now, there are going to be spoilers. In fact, this entire playthrough is a spoiler. I'm also going to be revealing Easter eggs that are in this game. So if you don't want to know any of these things, I don't want to say don't watch. Leave your computer watching, hit mute, black your screen out, but just let the game play so it shows up in my analytics. Anyway, here we go. Let's get our party and get on with it.
Yes?
Okay, Candlekeep Inn. So this is our first...
I hear you.
Our first journey thing that we need to get into, since that's what the prologue told us. Come on, guys, enter. There you go. See, once again, we got more tutors in here, but I'm not going to talk to them because this isn't a tutorial. This is more of a playthrough. The first person we're going to talk to is Firebead Elvenhair over here.
I hear you.
And he's got a quest for us to do.
It's hard to find decent folk nowadays.
So hard to find decent. Anyway, yes, back in the hallowed halls of Candlekeep with the Iron Christ. I'm just going to summarize what he wants. If you guys want to read it, just hit pause. But anyway, he needs an identify scroll from Tethtoril, who's in the center grounds. So there is one of our first journal updates. And if you ever want to know what quests you have, they show up here in the journals. Okay, next we're going to go ahead and send Wolfgang over.
Yes, of course.
To start looking for things that people are donating for our adventure. And we come across a chest over here, which is locked. And being a thief, I'm going to select open locks. We're going to open it, and notice we got 10 experience points for that. Another way to open locks is with a character. I don't want to say it has to be a fighter, but any character that has a high strength value. You can bash the lock. If you bash a lock open, you do not receive any experience. So it's always best to send your thief over to open the locks. And we find 18 gold, we got an armor scroll, and an infravision scroll. Cool. We're going to come over here and find us a dagger. And if you ever want to know what you can interact with on a screen, all you have to do is hit the tab button, and the things that light up in blue are objects that you can interact with. Now, let's talk a little bit about charisma, and we're going to talk a little bit about thieving abilities. So charisma first. We got the nobles over here. There actually is a charisma-based quest that you can get from these nobles. My protagonist, Guenter, has an 18 charisma, which means that's basically the highest charisma that you can get when you initially begin the game. And so any charisma-based quests, he is going to get the maximum reward. Now that also will trigger certain dialogues with people that you come across. And in this particular incident, it's going to be with the nobles. So he's going to go over here and talk with
a simple task.
Him.
No time to chit-chat.
Okay. Step up to the heat, young one. You need a good fire to keep you warm. Those monks are most inhospitable. Okay. And oh, yes, darling, they are so standoffish. Now, notice we have a number of dialogues here. Now, they usually range from extremely good to extremely evil to extremely wimpy. And depending on what type of character you are playing in the game, that may determine which dialogue you choose. So number one, they lead to be somewhat a clustered life here, so they are unaccustomed to visitors. Watch your tongue. Okay, obviously number two is not our option here. Oh, I would not let it concern you, my lady. Perhaps they're just not used to the wealth such as yours. And this is actually the one that we're going to pick. And then perhaps they have... they've not been as welcoming as they can, but you are strangers, and that I wouldn't go there either. So being good, we're going to choose number 3. And perhaps that's what it was. It may have looked as if we're showing off. I'm going to lock my jewelry back in the room. So they do have a room upstairs. And a capital idea, lovely. Perhaps I should do the same. And now they're going to lock up their jewels. If you were to have a lower charisma, you would not have had that dialogue come up. And now what we're going to do is we're actually going to send the thief
at your service. Indeed.
Upstairs. I keep calling him a thief, and that makes him sound evil. All he's doing is looking for donations, friendly donations, to help fund our adventure. And here let's See you.
Very well.
Okay, you'll notice that we have some sleeping people in the rooms here. The rule of thumb with sleeping people is if you don't bother them, they don't bother you. So we're not going to bother him. We're just going to see what he wants to donate to us. Oh, 4 gold. Thank you very much. And we'll be on our way. Come over here. And when it's locked, boom, let's get some more experience. There we go. And we'll go in there and take a necklace. Come over here. And this is locked. We're going to go ahead and unlock it. And we'll get another 10 experience, potion of clarity, and 35 gold. Come over here. And now we're going to do 2 things over here. The first thing we're going to do is go into this room, which happens to be the room of those 2 noble people we talked to downstairs. This is the chest that they locked their possessions in. There is absolutely no way to get into this chest unless you have, I want to say, some type of subhuman race. In this case, we are gnomes, and we got a bonus to our pick locks. And just dump all of your ability points into pick locks right at the beginning of the game. And I'll show you what I mean here. If you come over here, you'll see that open locks is at 70. So I took all of my ability when I first created Wolfgang and dumped all of my points into open locks. Everything else is pretty minuscule. Find traps 20, pickpocket 25. But you know what? I'm not worried about these. Set traps, I am never going to put anything into that. Detect illusion, I'm never going to put anything into that. And once I get my open lock and pickpocket up to a decent, I'm probably going to leave open locks here. Pickpocket, I want to get to 50 plus. Ideally, I'll get it up to 70. And then I'm going to dump the rest into move silently, hide in shadow, and find traps. And of course, there's going to be items in this game that will also increase these abilities. But because of this open lock score, we now can get into
Hello, of course.
This chest. It's locked. Boom, there's our 10 points. And this is 1,750 points worth of jewelry. Points, 1,750 gold pieces worth of jewelry. Oh, and as somebody has kindly reminded me as we were waiting for this game to begin, I would like to thank all the new subscribers that jumped on at the beginning of this stream, even if one of those is my daughter. Thanks, boo-boo. Here we go. This room is going to be interesting because whenever there is another person in a room, it is not a good idea to try to do any type of thieving. Whoops, hello. It is not a good idea to do any type of thieving because they will call the guards. And if you get the guards called on you, then it really gets ugly because you could lose reputation. Well, they can kill you and a lot of different things. I'm going to show you something that not a lot of people know. And it's really a dirty trick. And I don't know if this is legit for a good character to do. But let's just put a little backstory behind it that maybe this guy just gave us, maybe he made a comment about us being short. You know, the old short people got, Randy Newman, thank you. Anyway, here's what we're going to do with him. We're going to go open fist, and we are just going to punch this dude. And as soon as he falls down, come on, fall. There he goes. He's unconscious. When you close, I guess I should say closed fist, open fist would be a slap. But whenever you knock somebody unconscious or use a fist, you will not kill them. They just get knocked out. Now we're going to go ahead and get into, the chest and grab those 2 items. And before he wakes, we're going to get out of there. These last 2 rooms don't have anything in them. Now, here we have one of 2 options. Option number 1,
Your command?
we can talk to Winthrop over here.
My hotel's as clean as an elven arse.
Yes, you heard correctly. This hotel is as clean as an elven arse. So, awesome. Anyway, hello there, young one. Come to visit your old pal Winthrop. Have you see old pal Winthrop? So we've spent a lot of time in Candlekeep, and we pretty much know everybody who's here. So, yeah, we're pretty good friends. And so he wants to joke with us. Well, don't forget the 10,000 gold piece entrance fee as per Candlekeep custom. And, we got a couple options. Of course, the evil one is, that's outrageous. What kind of a fool do you take me for? No, we're good. We're not going to use that one. You always were the big kidder, Winthrop. That gets funnier every time I hear. That's our answer. I fear I don't have that kind of entry fee. And there's your wimpy answer if you want to choose that one. But anyway, we're here. Just having a bit of fun with you. Okay, and now if we wanted to, I'm just going to do this here. Sure, what do you got? If you are a spellcaster and you have already cast your spells, you must rest to rejuvenate your spells again. And by doing so, you can get a room here and you can sleep until you memorize your spells. Or you go to this button and now you can buy weapons and armor. There are a few things I am going to buy only because we cannot get these out in the field. As a matter of fact, I'm going to play this out. I normally wouldn't do this. I'm going to play this out as if I were a new player playing this game for the first time, in which case I would equip everybody. Now, the items that I am looking for in particular are, and I'm going to go ahead and show you these real quick. Guenter is proficient with longsword, mace, and crossbow. Helmut is proficient with a warhammer and a sling. Hans is proficient with darts. I've never used darts before. Maybe when I very, very, very first started playing this. And I've been playing this since 1998, so go figure. And Wolfgang, he is proficient with a dagger and a short bow. Now notice every one of these characters has a different type of ranged weapon. And the reason for that is I wanted to put as much variety into this game so you guys can kind of see how all the different items work. And also, there are different magic items in all of these that you can purchase later in the game. And it would be real interesting to see how all of them work. So we're going to go back to the protagonist. We're going to go back to the game. And let's go back and talk to...
My hotel's as clean as an elven arse.
We understood that the first time. So here we go. Now that you saw the weapons, now let's go ahead and get them. So for Wolfgang, I'm sorry, for Guenter, he wants to have a longsword. Oh my gosh, I didn't even show you guys. We might have enough to do this. Let me see you. Oh, wow, he took damage. I guess the nobleman actually hit him. What I'm going to do first is sell some of the stolen, I shouldn't say, let's say donated items that we have here. Sell. And that looks better. That just took us from 500 gold up to 2,300 gold. Now let's get our stuff. So first of all, Guenter needs a longsword. He also has a mace, but he doesn't need the mace right now. He's going to buy splint mail and a shield. Do we need a shield? Not really. But you know what? It wouldn't hurt to have one. What's a medium do? Medium is just armor class or +1. Large shield, armor class 1, and a +1 to missile attacks. We're not going to need that. So medium is good enough for now. And a helmet. Boom. And that is for Guenter. One more item. I almost forgot. A light crossbow. And you know what? We're going to do this. 12. 12 is good. Done. Okay, that's good. Now let's buy him. And he's got those. Okay. Helmut. Helmut needs a hammer, which I'm not going to purchase, but I will purchase some chainmail for him. And there's a reason I'm not getting that hammer right now, and I'll show you that in a little while. And you know what? I think we're just going to get you that. And your ranged weapon is a sling. So let's first get your bullets. I'll take those up to 12. 12 is the magic number. And I'll show you why when we get to it. And there we go. So we're going to buy those. You cannot find slings out in the field. So if you're going to use a sling, you need to buy it. Okay, he is a dart person. And I am going to, for him, get him as many darts as we can. Oh, wow, that's too many. So if there's 10, I do not know. I guess it's 10 darts for 1 gold piece. I don't know how many. You know what? Maybe 25. Let's see how many that. Like I said, I don't use darts, so I have no idea what this is going to do for me. And he's going to use his staff as his main weapon. So he's good. That's all for him. Wolfgang, on the other hand, he's a dagger person, and I'm not going to get him his dagger, but I am going to get him studded leather. And he cannot use a helmet, but he can use a short bow. So we're going to purchase a short bow. And it pains me to do this because I know early game I'm going to get all of these items. But for, like I said, I'm doing this for people who are playing this for the first time. And that would be what I purchase for him. Sling, yes. Crossbow, yes. Darts, yes. Okay, we're good. And that's it. So let's buy them. And we're done. And now before we can use those, we actually have to equip ourselves. So I'm going to take the shield, equip that. I'm going to take my sword. We're going to equip that. Crossbow is going to go in the number 2 slot. Actually, there we go. And the bolts are all going to go up here. And this is why 12 is the magic number, because each one is 20. And so just do the math and you'll figure it out. There's that and there's that. So that is Guenter fully equipped. Now, Baldur's Gate is based on 2nd edition Dungeons and Dragons. 2nd edition Dungeons and Dragons, the lower your armor class, the better. If you are a armor class of 10, you're running around naked. If you are an armor class of -10, you are a Sherman tank. So right now, I'm a 6. If I put the splint armor on, that takes me down to a 0. So definitely a nice armor class boost. And we'll get into some of the other modifiers in this game as well. Okay, he's fully equipped. Helmut, we're going to give you that. Notice right now he's at an armor class 6. I'm going to put the chain on him. He goes down to a 1. Bullets, once again, 12 was the magic number. And the sling is actually going to go right there. And you get a helmet. And I just noticed we didn't buy him a shield. But it's, do we need a shield? Yeah, I think so. I'll go back in and get him a shield. Darts. Okay, we've got 80, 90 darts. That's what 25 got me. Now, unlike the others, darts have to go actually as one of your weapons. So, but what we can do here, yeah, let's do that. But I want to let's go with his staff first, because I don't want him throwing darts willy-nilly at anything. And you got this, and you've got that, which you're not using, but you've got that, and you got some arrows. Look at him looking all thievish over here. And like I said, we're going to get a dagger very early in this game, so that's how he is going to be. All right, let's go back and get that. I'm going to do this real quick. So, we're going to come down here. There's a medium shield. We'll buy it. Thank you very much. We're done. And you are going to take that shield, give it here. You're going to take that shield, do this with it, and now we're ready to go. Boom. There's that. Select the whole party.
Quickly, now.
Okay. Here comes one of the Easter eggs in the game. Firebead Elven Hair over here. If you speak with him 30 times, he will actually dump 300 gold into your pocket. So, we're gonna...
You have my attention. Easily done.
Gonna come over here and have a little chat with him.
It's hard to find decent folk nowadays.
Yes, it is. Okay, there's 2 and 3.
It's hard to find decent
4,
folk nowadays.
5, 6,
It's hard to find
7,
decent folk
8,
nowadays.
9,
It's hard to find
10,
decent folk
11,
nowadays.
12, 13,
It's hard to find
14,
decent folk
15,
nowadays.
16,
It's hard to find
17,
decent folk
18,
nowadays.
19,
It's hard
20,
to find
21,
decent folk
22,
nowadays.
23,
It's hard to find
24,
decent folk
25,
nowadays.
26,
It's hard to find
27,
decent folk
28,
nowadays.
29, 30,
It's hard to find decent folk
and there
nowadays.
is our 300 gold. Cheesy trick, but it works.
Yes.
All right, here we go. On with our chores. Once again, we're going to go in a
Agreed.
counter-clockwise manner. And if you guys are playing this game for the first time, you guys can go ahead and do the clockwise manner, talk to all the different characters in the game, get your quests, because that has you going back and forth a lot. Here, we just want to get out of Candlekeep as soon as possible. Now, if you're really particular in this game, you hit the tab button and you can see that on the roads, there are certain things that you can interact with. Purple doors that you go through, and we got a chest and 2 barrels, and that means that we can go ahead and interact with those. So we're going to come over here, and we're going to find 8 gold. I can already tell you there's nothing in here, and there's going to be 15 over here, but before we go there, we're going to go into the barracks.
What? Very well.
All right. This is Fuller, and Fuller is the captain of the guard, and he's got a little story for us.
I hear you.
I should have joined the army.
Ugh, what a meat-filled night. That hole was just too much. Poor sap. He had to go man the gates this morning. Anyway, so basically, okay, what can I do for you? Nothing really, just nosing around, or I was wondering if you had any errands I could run, and you know what? Doggone it. That was what I wanted to do. It doesn't matter. There was a trick we could have done. It doesn't matter because crossbow bolts only cost 1 gold. You know, I'm gonna try this. You know what? No, we're not. Just wondering. He wants crossbow bolts from us. If I would have grounded all of those crossbow bolts except for 1, he would have taken 1 crossbow bolt and our quest would have been complete. Now he's going to go ahead and grab a whole thing of, I don't know how many, but Anyway, Aaron's, yeah, actually, I need a quarrel of crossbow bolts if you can get some from Winthrop. And that was why, well, I also have a crossbow, but that's why we bought them. So here we go. Watch. This is a dirty trick. Once again, we have deep pockets and short arms, so we do not like to spend any more than we have to. So I'm going to come in here. I'm going to ground all of these bolts except for one. Just like that. And now we're going to have a talk with
Your command?
Fuller again.
I'll do it.
Thanks, kid. I hear tell you might be leaving this place soon. Watch your back out there. Here, let me give you this dagger. And there's a key to this, too. My father killed a hobgoblin with it once. This is another charisma-based reward. And because of our high charisma, the dagger that he gave us is actually a magic dagger. When you see the blue hue around an item, that indicates that it is magic. It will not tell you what it is, and unless you know what it does, do not equip yourself with any magic item, because there are cursed items in the game. So I'm going to give this to my illusionist, Hans, and he's going to take a look at it to see if he can tell what it is without having to use an identify spell. And he does. He identifies this as a +1 magic dagger. We're done, and that is why I did not get a dagger for Wolfgang. So Wolfgang is now the proud owner of a +1 dagger. And you'll notice with a +1, he needs an 18 to hit an armor class of 0. With the staff, he needs a 22 to hit. So that proficiency really does come in handy. Okay, back to Guenter. And now I'm going to go ahead and pick up all these bolts that we put on the ground, and I'm going to put them back into my inventory. So instead of him taking 20 or 80 bolts from us, he only took a single bolt. And that completes that. Before we leave,
Speak.
we need to go into Hull's chest.
If you insist.
And we need to get Hull's longsword. And there's another quest that involves the antidote. We're out of here. Okay. Over
I'll
here.
do it.
And I'm going to change. Okay, that my marching order is where I want it to be. So the first thing we want to do is get lined up here. This is the bunkhouse, and we are going to go into the bunkhouse.
I have a blade with your name on it.
Okay. Whenever somebody walks up to you and says, I have a blade with your name on it, it's probably not a welcome... It's not a welcoming open line, so you can kind of figure where this is going to go. Normally, if I was playing this game, I already know this is going to happen. I would have, before he even started dialogue or walking to me, I would have taken all of my missile weapons and shot him at a distance. But for the sake of new players, I'm going to walk you through this just the way and as if this were a new run. So, hey there, you're Gorian's little whelp, aren't you? Yeah, you match the description. You don't look so dangerous to me. And what business is that of yours? That I am. Do I know you? Man, I got a lousy accent here. Anyway, I am his child, if that is what you mean. I'm trying to think, what would the... Here comes the fine line. Do we still stay in good character? Or do we react to the line that, hey, I've got a blade with your name on it? I'm probably going to do this one. What business is that of yours? And I'll make it my business if I please. Just thought I'd have a look at you before I put a blade down your gullet. Oh my God, it's on. And this is another nice feature with Enhanced Edition. Is as soon as somebody aggroes into an enemy, the game auto pauses. And then that way you have an opportunity to set up your reaction to that. Now, I'm going to go ahead and I really wish he wasn't in the front. But what we're going to go ahead and do, first of all, is go down and make sure what weapon everybody is using.
Yes.
And I would much rather... You're going to use darts. And you're going to use... I'm going to try something here. We're probably not going to get it off, but we're going to do a backstab on him. Because thieves have the ability to backstab. And quite personally, this should be a quick combat. Oh, well, that was cool. I want it. Da-da-da-da-da. Okay. Wow. Okay. So anyway, Guenter took some damage. Wolfgang comes in and I guess he shanked him. That's a pun right there, as you'll find out. Anyway, he's down. Wolfgang's going to go ahead, collect his dagger. And actually, that is all that's in this room. The barrel over there is empty. I mean, we can go over and look at it. It doesn't have anything in it.
You have my attention. Very well.
Okay. And this...
Very well.
There's our 15. Okay, let's move on. This person here is going to catch up to us and tell us to watch our backs.
Rules are very strict.
And he's going to tell us that Gorion wants to talk to us, and there's going to be a number of people telling us that Gorion really wants to talk to us. So here we go. End this dialogue. Let's let him talk to us.
Something on your mind?
You should watch yourself. There's been strange men asking about you, Guenter. Okay. And let's go ahead and go into the infirmary next. There actually is another quest that you can do over here. It is one that teaches multi-party combat. If you were to go clockwise, there's going to be a person on the road that'll teach you single combat with one character. And this one over here teaches you party combat with a whole party. We're going to go into the infirmary because we have a tummy ache. And we're going to talk with the priest.
I hear you.
These walls contain the world's knowledge.
Awesome. So you're sick. You look rather healthy to me, but you can never tell. Do you need any potions? And this is a freebie. No, I don't. Or sure, that'd be nice. And sure, that's nice. Then all right, take this potion. And he just gave us a potion of healing. So awesome. And there it is. So I'm going to put that up there. We're going to use that in a little while. That's Hull's sword. Now, there is another potion of healing in here. But this is a very difficult chest table to pick, only because not only is there the priest that's walking around, but you also have this dude here. And if either of them see you pick this, then they're going to call the guards and it gets ugly. So we'll take our single potion and be happy with it.
Very well.
This chap over here, this is Hull. Hey kid, woke up this morning, left my sword in the barracks before going on duty. If you want, go get it for me. Anyway, that was where we saw Fuller. Remember when we went to the chest and got the sword? This is another charisma-based quest. And this guy, Hull, is going to give us a little bit better reward than what we would have received had our charisma been lower than what it is. So here we go. Thanks, kiddo. Gorion didn't bring you up half bad. Now, along with the reward being a little bit better, also the dialogue is a little bit friendlier. I think if with a lower charisma, he says something like, you took your sweet time, didn't you? Or something like that. Here's 20 gold for saving my skin. Lower charisma might have got you 10 or 15 gold for this. Anyway, there we go.
Yes, easily done.
Okay. Next quest takes us over to the storehouse. This chap here, this is Reaver. Reaver's a dwarf.
By Moradin's hammer!
All right. Well, I thought I asked you to clean the rats out of this building yesterday already. Hop to it, get in there. So we're going to be fighting some rats, but you know what? Before we go in there, I'm going to switch everybody over to staff weapons. And the reason I'm doing this is because, as the prologue has told us, there is an iron crisis. You know what? The magic dagger will not break, so he can keep his dagger. The iron crisis is causing all the iron weapons and armor and shields to crumble. And if we use any type of an iron weapon in this or any combat, there's a good possibility that we're going to break the weapon. But the staves are made out of wood. They will not break. The rats that are in here, they're not going to do any damage to us. They're only 1 hit point apiece. So all we got to do is go in there, just keep swinging until they're all gone. And then we get our reward at the end. And there they be. Notice how the screen paused. And this is also a good time for me to come in and change my scripts to none. I think everybody else is already set at none, but I always I micromanage every game I play, and I like to always be in control of what they do. So here we go. Let's go ahead and whole party start whacking on them.
Let's give them a right
Feel my power.
And there they go. Now, you're probably asking yourself, with the cats that are running around, why didn't the cats just get the rats? But you know what? They didn't. And if we were an evil party, we can actually attack the cats. But we won't.
What is it?
Okay, 3 things to interact with in here. And this is the only one
Indeed.
that has a reward. And there's the silver ring.
What?
Go back out and talk to Reaver.
Agreed.
Now, remember that line about gnomes having deep pockets and short arms? Dwarves have even deeper pockets and shorter arms. So watch this awesome reward that we're going to get here.
Your command? Easily
By
done.
Moradin's hammer!
Ah, yes, kill them like the rats they are. A glorious battle unlike any this world has ever seen. Here's 5 gold pieces. Don't spend it all in one place. Thanks, Reaver. You're mighty generous. Okay, grab the whole party.
Speak.
And this dude here, what's his, John Delar, he is the one that actually teaches single combat. And we're not going to do that. We'll just move on. Anytime you come across a temple, you got a couple different things that you can do. Reputation is really big in this game. And with our good party, we're actually going to max out at a 20 reputation, which puts us at heroic level early in the game. With the evil party, we are going to drop reputation seriously. Now, for people that don't want to be attacked by the Flamin' Fist mercenaries, the Soldiers of Om, or the bounty hunters for having a low reputation and being disliked, you can donate to the temples. And for every 100 gold pieces you donate, your reputation will go up 1.
As Uncle Martha used to say, any day you live through is a good one.
Well, Uncle Martha was a wise person. Another thing you can do here is you can buy scrolls and you can buy potions of healing, or you can just flat out have him or whoever heal you. Anyway, we're done with that. Next, we're going to come over here, meet Dreppen. Now, Dreppen's got a couple quests for us.
What do you need?
Okay, the first one. Lydia left one of her books here again in the hay there besides the cow. If you can run it over to her, then come back. I got some plans for you. So see, we would have come this way, or Lydia probably would have told us, hey, I lost my book. We would have come over here. Dreppen would have told us it is in the hay, which is like right here. And let's see if we can tab it. See right there? So we're going to go get the book. And I don't know if you're wondering or not, but what do you think Lydia was doing in the hay? But we're not going to go there. This isn't that kind of game. Anyway, we got that. But before we leave Dreppen, remember that antidote we got?
What do you need?
Nice day, ain't it? Too bad Nessa here ain't enjoying it, though. Her being sick and all. I need to get one of them potions of antidote off Hull. Once again, Hull's locker had the antidote. We already have it. So, boom. Journal updated. We're going to give it to him.
What do you need?
And, hey, you're a wonder, you are. Stick with me and we'll go far. And we lost the antidote. And that is everything that we can do over here. And here's the entire dialogue to all that. If you want to pause it and read it. And short summary, Dreppen's cow, finished it. Reaver's storehouse, finished it. Hull's sword, finished it. Errand for Fuller, finished it. We still need to get Firebead scroll. Okay, and close that up. Nope, we could just click that. Okay, guys, move on. Okay, back in marching order. This is the priest house, priest quarters, and we're going in, as you could have thought. And in we go.
Hello.
Shank. And there's that pun on Shank. Little precursor, foreshadowing. Carbos and Shank are brothers, and we're actually going to be meeting them later in the game, even though we're killing them both now. Oh, goody, goody, I've gone and found you first. You're the ward of Gorion, no doubt. I am. What can I do for you? I don't recognize you. Who are you, and what are you doing here? Leave me be. I have pressing matters I must attend to. Well, at least he didn't come and say, I'm going to kill you. You're the ward of Gorion, no doubt. I do not I'm going to go with this one. Because, we've already been warned that there's people looking for us. So let's try that. And who I am is unimportant, but who you are is very much so. So I must apologize for this dirty bit of business. I must seek your death. A pity, I know it would be, so that your head is worth an exception. Amount to me. Anyway, blah, 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 blah. And it is on like Donkey Kong. So here we go. We're going to go back to the main weapon. You are going to use... I'm going to still have you use that for now.
What is it this time?
You're going back to darts, and you are going to try the backstab again. And here we go.
I'll crush your face, I will.
Okay, why are you
have my attention.
Not attacking him? There we go. Was that Wolfgang again? It sure was. Holy nuts. Wolfgang, you're like the bomb here. Anyway, here's a couple things. Yes. There's a lot to interact with here. There's only a few items of interest. So you see we got 5 things. This is going to be locked. So we're going to get the experience points for picking it. Get a dagger. There's nothing in here. This is going to have like 8 gold. 8 gold. And now the only other items are in here. And I'm actually going to send Helmut over here.
With caution.
Because, dun 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 dun, there's his hammer. And now he's going to use the hammer as his main weapon. So see, 19 to hit with the hammer. If he were to keep the staff, he needs a 22. So because he's proficient, we got that. Oh, this might, you know what, we'll do it out in the field. But anyway, let's go back to the game. Let's get our party.
Yes.
And did we ever pick up the dagger from him?
At your service, if you insist.
There it is. Oof. Okay, now we can go.
Easily done.
Oh, all of you should watch yourselves carefully. There's been some strange men asking about Guenter. Okay, good to know.
Agreed.
Yeah, we agree with you. And this is Philidia.
Hello there.
Hello there. Hey, have you seen my copy of the History of Halrua anywhere? You know, I can't stand the constant shuffling of arthritic feet in the library. So anyway, yeah, we got your book. So this is, I want to say this is also charisma based because she might.
Hello there.
We're going to get a lynx eye ring from this, or a lynx eye gem. I don't know what the reward is for a lower charisma because I usually always have the high charisma.
Your command?
Anyway,
if you insist.
We're going to come back in here to Winthrop. You know what? No, we're going to go to the middle grounds first and get that identify scroll. So right now we're looking for Tethtoral. These guys are interesting. And apparently their chanting is, they chant of common verses in the Forgotten Realms, if that makes any sense. Anyway, here's Tethtoral. Firebead sent you to Miazanti. Very well. Return this scroll to him. You must hurry and speak with Gorion. Hey man, do you think we need to go speak with Gorion? Another way to quick navigate is just to hit the north button, kind of hit on the map where you want to go, and then just click. And then your party will find their way to that point. Now, being an older game, a lot of times the tracking in this game is not the best, and your characters do have a tendency to get lost at times. But for the most part, it works pretty well. Okay, we're going to come over here. We're going to give him... Now, see, here's a neat thing. You can give him the identify scroll if you want to, or you can keep it for yourself, memorize it, and now your mage has the ability to identify magic items. But because we're good...
Agreed.
We're going to give it to him.
It's hard to find decent folk nowadays.
Ah, glad to see that the age has not hardened your heart towards such an old man as myself. I'll take all of the identify scrolls you have. Yeah, like, we're going to have a lot of them. Anyway, here we go. So, he just cast protection from evil on us, and he gave us a potion of healing, and we earned 50 experience points for that. So, you can call that a pretty good trade. All right, let's go meet Gorion. Oh, you know what? Before we leave, I'm just going to offload.
My hotel's as clean as an elven arse.
Admit it, you guys can never get tired of hearing that. Here we go. We're going to offload all the items that we don't want to carry with us, like this lynx eye gem. Do you have anything? No, you don't. Do you have anything? No, you don't. Do you have anything? Yeah, you got a dagger, you got a silver ring, you got another dagger, you got another dagger, and that's it. Sell them. So right now we're walking out of here with 2,308 gold pieces. We're pretty much fully equipped. Let's go. Okay, go back to the north. We're going to hit this point right here. And we are about to meet
If you
the
insist.
second most annoying person in the game. Let's see who gets lost on their way over here.
Hey, it's me, Emmeline.
Yeah, and there is the second most annoying person in this game. I'm surprised that old girl stuffy Gorion, blah, 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 let you away from your studies and chores. That old fiddle, you kind of get the way she talks here. So anyway, she's kind of on the immature-ish side. I'm afraid I can't chat today, little one. My foster father wishes to... Okay, that's probably more dialogue than I would ever use. So I'm sorry, child, but I am not to tell anyone what I'm doing. I must go, or leave me be. I'm no... See, that's not a nice thing to say. I don't think we would be calling her little one, since we are gnomes. You guys don't even know that yet, do you? Oh, now you do. Okay, we're gnomes and she's human, so she's obviously taller than we are, as you can tell by this little reference right here. So little one would not fit, so number 2 would have to be the way we go. If you say so. You sure picked up a lot from old Gorion. He tells it straight. Okay, wait. What do you know of my journey? Or sounds like you've been nosing around where you shouldn't have been. Stay out of my... You know what? This one. Okay, I know, old stick in the mud that he is, worried about nothing, I'm sure. Better go now. Okay, here we go. So anyway, yeah, let's have a little chat about that. Okay, go back to this. So, Guenter is a male gnome, and he is a fighter class, and his alignment is chaotic good. Now, in Guenter's bio, Guenter was the protector of Wolfgang, because the 2 older brothers, for some reason, always picked on Wolfgang. And so Guenter would step up and protect his youngest brother from the 2 older brothers. And that kind of made him strong. And, well, being a strong individual, he just became a natural leader, which is where the 18 charisma comes from. Helmut. Helmut is, and here is the fighter level and everything for him. Helmut is a male gnome. He is a priest of, how do you want to say that? Tyre or Tyr. His alignment is neutral good. So Guenter and Wolfgang are both chaotic good. Helmut and Hans are just neutral good, because in their upbringing, for one, they picked on Wolfgang when he was young. And another thing is, Hans and Helmut never let Guenter and Wolfgang play with any of the toys that they tinkered with in their earlier life. So that's kind of why he's only of neutral good. But anyway, stats, you're going to notice that I maxed out the top 3 for everybody. And depending on what their class is, I went ahead and I maxed out any additional statistics that are over here. And for instance, a cleric, the primary prerequisite is a wisdom. And as a gnome, he can only max out at a 17. Guenter, as a fighter, maxed out at 18, but fighter classes have this ability to go 18 and then a percentile above it to give them additional bonuses on top of this. And his additional bonus was an 84. And I also maxed out his charisma. Everything else is pretty much average. Hans the illusionist. He was always the artsy one. Now here's the thing. Helmut actually was a psychologist. So it's only natural for him to get into the medicines, and he became the cleric of our group. Hans, being the artsy one in the family, he became the illusionist. And once again, he's neutral good. I maxed out his top 3, and I dumped everything into intelligence. And you're going to notice that he's actually one above what is normally considered standard, and that's just because gnomes get this additional boost to their intelligence. And finally, Wolfgang. Wolfgang is the youngest, and he's a male gnome. He's the thief of the bunch, but he's a good thief. So he doesn't steal to be mischievous or evil. He steals for the better good. In other words, yeah, he would be like the Robin Hood of the brothers. And maxed out the top 3, and I dumped. There's really nothing else to dump because dexterity is the thief's main prerequisite. And what I did after this was I just figured, well, let's make him good looking. So he's rather charismatic because he's the youngest. He's still he's a sexy gnome. And so he's got some charm going for him. And so I dumped it into charisma. I thought that was a nice thing to do. Okay, moving on. So, here we go. We're done with Emoen. Let's talk with Gorion.
Oh, my child, I am glad I have found you.
Very unnerving, I know, but you must trust me. It is important that you pack your possessions so that we can leave immediately. Okay, sounds like we're going somewhere. Now, I'm ready to go, or we need more time. And you know what? We're ready to go. Let's get out of here.
Listen carefully. If we ever become separated, it is imperative that you make your way to the Friendly Arm Inn. There you will meet Khalid and Jahira. They have long been my friends, and you can trust them. Let's have it, child. The night can only get worse, so we must find shelter soon. Don't worry. I will explain everything as soon as there is time. Wait, there is something wrong. We are in an ambush. Prepare yourself.
You're perceptive for an old man. You know why I'm here. Hand over your ward and no one will be hurt. If you resist, it shall be a waste of your life.
Okay.
You're a fool if you believe I would trust your benevolence. Step aside and you and your lackeys will be unhurt.
You tell him, Gorion.
I am sorry that you feel that way, old man.
Oops. Not the right answer?
Get out
Manus potentis paro.
The dawn is especially cruel this morning. You awake with the realization that you have not been living some horrible dream. Ambushed, you saw Gorion cut down before your eyes, and even his powerful magic could not stop the onslaught. It was his wish that you flee, but that does not remove the feeling of helplessness that now overwhelms you. Hand over your ward, the armored fiend had said. He was after you and you alone, but why? If only Gorion had given some clue. But now you are alone and lost. Candlekeep is near, but you will find no quarter there. The readers pay for their serenity with rather draconian entry rules, and without Gorion's influence, their doors will remain closed. You will not last long on your own with your meager equipment. Perhaps you can get some help from the friends Gorion mentioned, the ones at the Friendly Arm.
All right, there we go. And we're done here.
Hey, it's me, Emoen.
And here comes the second most annoying person in the game again. Sorry I followed you, but I never get out of Candlekeep, and those monks are such a bore. Never anything decent, need a coin in their pocket either. So Gorion, sorry. Okay, kind of figured something bad might happen out here. So how could I have known? Grind didn't tell me. I don't want you looking over my shoulder as I travel. Take your nosy little self back. You know, that's not what I would say. But here's our spin on this. So how could I have known? Grind didn't even tell me. So the way we're going to play this out is she knows we're leaving on this journey, and she just wanted to make sure that we had all the equipment we needed. And so we'll do this. I accidentally read a letter on the desk. Can't remember. Anyway, not gonna let you wander. Never let a friend down. And so now she has become part of our party, but we're not going to travel with her. If you're playing this game for the first time or for the 20th time or for the 100th time, you would probably be taking Emmeline as your first NPC. But we're going to go ahead and say she has just run us out some items to make our journey a little less hostile. So here we go. Those are potions of healing. Now everybody has one. Oil of speed. This is going to go to the thief. A wand of magic missiles. This is going to go to the illusionist. Okay, short bow. We can give that to you. Arrows, we'll stack them and then give those to Wolfgang. And notice we have just taken all of her possessions. No, let me rephrase that. She has given us or donated all of her possessions to our journey. Now we're going to come in here, we're going to reform, and we're going to remove Emmeline. And now you're going to hear why she is the second most annoying person in the game.
You're a queer fellow.
Yeah, just like that. But we're friends and everything. We've been friends for years, I guess. Anyway, that's it. So she is actually going to wait here. If we ever want to pick her up in the future, she'll wait for us right here. Okay, now what we're going to do is open up the map. And this is actually the ambush site right here. So that is our next destination. So we got everybody. You know what we can do? We remember this little clicky thing here? There we go. And we're just going to go ahead and put us right in the middle. You can see Gorion. And then this is some loot that they dropped. We're going to put ourselves right in the middle.
Agreed.
Of all that. And at this point in the game, I also change our marching order from single file to this expanded triangle, because what that does is when you're clearing the fog of war, it clears a wider walkway, so to say. Another really cool feature, see, because you can barely make out that there's something here. There's something here, there's something here, and then we got Gorion here. But see this red diamond? If you click on it, that reveals every item that's on the ground right now. So what we're going to go ahead and do here is we're going to just pick up everything that dropped. And unfortunately, Gorion's body will stay there for the entire game. And as long as we're on this screen, I'm going to go ahead and we're going to clear all the fog of war, only so we don't have to come back here later. Now, there's going to be a number of encounters here, and these are all low-level encounters, but I'll tell you what, with our ranged weapons, we should easily be able to drop anything that comes at us. Whenever you reach the end of a region, you're going to get this little wheel-looking thing. That will open up the next region in the direction of that travel. And in this case, it's not going to open anything because Cloakwood is to the north. But that would have been right up here. But what it does reveal is this over here, which I believe is the Coastway, or this is Lion's Way over here. I think this is Coastway. And then remember we got friends at the Friendly Arm Inn. That would be right over there. And then we can already see another town of Baragost is down below. But we're going to stay here only until we clear everything. And then we're going to continue on our journey. And the only reason I'm doing, well, there's a couple reasons I'm doing this. Number one, I'm pretty anal. And my OCD tells me I have to clear all the fog of war in every region. It's just me, so don't worry about it. It's nothing personal. And also by doing this, it also tells me what areas that I've already been to, so I don't go back to those areas again. Some of the things that we're going to encounter in this region, we've got black bears, which are neutral for now, but you can aggro them if you choose to attack them first. And in this case, we're going to do it because there's no harm, there's no foul in attacking them. And after all, we are on an adventure and we have to eat. So it looks like black bear is on the menu. So Romero, if you're watching this, sorry, I know your love for bears, but here we go. So Guenter is going to go ahead and use his crossbow. Notice I'm going to put ranged weapons on everybody here.
What is the plan?
Because rule of thumb, if you can drop an enemy from a distance, why risk getting in hand-to-hand combat? And that's also what I mean by micromanaging my party.
Quickly, now.
Select everybody. We're going to choose this. We're going to aggro him, and then he will go hostile. And here we go. See, he's hostile.
Let's give them a right thrashing.
Okay, now the first thing I'm... Oh, that's right. Okay, I'm sorry.
How may I be of assistance?
I have just been reminded that Romero is Night Crow. For anybody who's following my channels, now you know who I'm talking about. Anyway, here we go. Let's get my mage out of there because the mages are squishy, and one hit from him will actually kill the mage. And you got two choices here. Number one, I can select the entire party and we can run from the bear. Or at this point in time, we can engage the bear in melee. Quite frankly, I would probably
You have my attention. I hear you.
Running. And once we get a little bit of distance between ourselves and said bear, we will turn around and take another shot at him. Just like that. And I don't know what just happened. But, okay, the yellow. Notice the red ring turned yellow. That is an indication that this bear is now fearing us. So something must have done some serious damage to the bear. And there it is right there. Guenter landed a critical hit. Of course, it's kind of sad that the critical hit only did 6 damage. But it's good enough to break the morale of the bear. Anyway, so he's going to run now, which means we can keep our missile weapons. And
I will not
oh my
here.
gosh, no,
Healing
that was
now.
not supposed to happen.
You require aid?
You require aid. Get
With
out of
caution.
there. And you know what?
Yes?
You go in with... Let's see if the bear runs away from us first. Oh my gosh. What is happening here? Okay. Bear is not running away. But it should. No. No, 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 no.
What?
What exactly? You know what? We're going to have to melee this bear.
Your command?
So let's go to that. You're going to go over here. You're going to go up
As
here.
needed.
You're
What
going
is
to
it,
go
Beastie
over
Chap?
here.
As you wish.
And Whoa, you're still after him.
What is it?
Okay, now that we have determined that, you're going to take him out.
Speak.
You're going back to here. You're going to do that. You are going to go back to your darts and do that. And you are just
Yes.
going to run
As needed.
for your life. Okay, bear's down. Very good. Now, you
Again?
heal yourself. And should show you the spells that Helmut knows. He has Bless, which is an aid for our whole party. He's got Command, where he can command somebody to just drop, basically. And then he's got Cure Light Wounds. Oh my God, I just got rid of it. Oh, shoot. Oh my gosh, I just boobed myself. Oh no. Oh, you know what? That's going to make this even more interesting because now I got to keep him alive. Here we go. Back to the game. That's what you get for getting too excited about showing something. You know what, though? He's got a potion of healing. Let's use it. Let's go ahead and go up to there. What I'm doing here is I'm taking them out of their backpack and I'm putting it into quick items. Quick items you can use on the spot. So he's got two. You know what? I'm actually going to give you a second one. The magic belt is going to go to you until you can identify it. And the rest of this stuff is all going to go to Wolfgang. So he can sell it when we get to... That's a long sword. I'm going to hold on to that. And, oops. No, you're just going to hold on to that. And this is going to go over here. The letter here. This is the letter that Gorion had on him. And it's just basically telling us about what's going on in the region right now. You guys can go ahead and read that if you want. I'm not going to. I know what it says already. So please forgive me, blah, blah, blah. Despite my desire to remain neutral, I could not. Should anything go awry, do not hesitate to seek aid. That's basically telling you, don't be afraid to talk to people on the road. And if they want to help you, so be it. There's strength in numbers. And he's getting too old for this. And then we got a letter E. More on that later. So we're done. Anyway, then jewelry goes to the thief. Okay, now let's go to you. And I'm going to actually put 2 up there. Go back to the game. You are going to drink a potion of healing. And that's actually going to take this 1 hit point and take it up to 9. Oh, 10? Even better. How many points does this do? 9 hit points. Awesome. There we go. He's fully healed. And we just got us a bear for 175 experience points. Woohoo! Yeah, the experience that we're picking up here is all nickel dime stuff for now. But I'd rather get the small stuff over with. I mean, it adds up. Just like every item you pick up to sell, it adds up. Okay, there's going to be a chap over here. His name, gosh, it escapes me. But, There he is. What's your name? Chase. Of course, Chase.
Don't touch me. I might catch something.
Oh, don't touch me. I might catch something. And that's why these noble people are just, snooty. Hello, well, I was about to, anyway, don't come any closer because it won't work. It does. Well, regardless, I should remain true to the genre. Don't come any closer. I'll jump. Yes, you heard me. I'll do it too. And we can say, okay, go ahead. No, by all means, don't do such a thing. There's so much to live for. Or by all means, jump if you must. More air for the rest of us. Okay, 1 and 3 are probably not the nicest response here, even if he is a little snooty. So by all means, don't do it. Oh, you're right, of course. What fool was I to think? Anyway, regardless of what answer you pick, he will not jump. Because even if you give him a negative answer, it's kind of like a reverse psychology on him. And he's just going to realize, oh, I get it. You're toying with me. You're right. There is something to live for. The road here would take us back to Candlekeep if we could go back, but we can't. So I'm just clearing some fog of war here. And this is going to tell us can't go back. Maybe it won't. I don't know, will it? Oh my gosh, how did we do this? Oh, now we can go around the outside of Candlekeep. I never knew that.
If you insist.
That's cool. I always wondered how to clear it. And you'd figure with 5,000 plus hours in a game like this that I would have had that figured out by now. Nope. So I am still learning this game along with you guys. For those of you that are still learning this game. I think High Hedge is to the south of us. And let's go ahead and do this. And there's High Hedge right down there. And we're going to spend some time at High Hedge also. But first we must finish clearing this region. Other enemies, if you want to call them enemies, they're really more animals that you're going to meet. The wolves don't even start neutral. They start in aggro mode like that right there. And so we need to deal with them. My attention. Now, chances are we're only going to get a single shot off on these.
Yes.
So what I normally do with the wolves is I take one shot from a distance, and then I run my melee party up there to deal with them. Melee party in this game are also known as tanks. So if you ever watch somebody else's video and they refer to the tank in the game, they're referring to your frontline fighters.
Your command?
So he's going to go to sword. He's going to go to his hammer. They're going to get in there, try to cut him off, and he is actually going to run behind him. Because we don't want to get him in combat. And wow, Helmut is really taking some damage here. And that just got us 65 points, which is cool.
Quickly, now.
All right, continue clearing.
Insist.
Other hostiles that you're going to see on this map and the next one are gibberlings, which are just like little deranged creatures that somehow speak the common tongue. And you're going to come across, I don't know, there's no Zarts here. And to this day, the pronunciation of those remains questionable. It's XVART. Zvart. Call it what you want. Anyway, coming over here, we're going to clear this just because we can. This is usually the slowest part of the game, and it does get better. Once we get out of the first two screens, this is going to reveal that little land that's next to us right here, which is actually going to be our next stop. We're going to come down here. There's going to be a couple NPCs down here. They're only meant there to give you information in the game. They will not join your party. And there's a wolf. So once again,
You have
I'm
my
going to go
attention.
everybody with missile
You require aid?
until we can
Yes.
get a shot off on. This only gives us a little bit of an advantage. And then, like I said, here we run our melee fighters into combat. Man, I'm really hesitant about putting
Your command?
putting Helmut up there. But here we go.
Fall!
Okay, that's good. It's weird because the wolf is probably...
Hide away that which should not see the sun's light.
Okay. The wolf is actually probably the hardest enemy that we've got to fight here, only because it starts off as hostile and it can outrun us.
I hear you.
The bear, we can actually outrun a bear. Notice the bend in this road right here and the road off the map. This tree right here has a little hidden gem in it. And if you go like that, there you'll find it. And this just happens to be a diamond hidden in the tree.
Quickly, now.
And
Easily
we're going to
done.
finish clearing this area. All right. Montaron and Czar. Montaron and Czar. You would think if Emowyn is the second most annoying character in this game, that Czar would be the most annoying. That's not true because his dialogue is actually hilarious. If you want, and you'll find out in a minute, and let's talk to him. Czar.
Montaron, you are so aggravating. 'Tis disturbing to my demeanor.
Hold, Montaron, this young wayfarer is in need. Someone to set thee, stranger, you have barely escaped with your life. Aye, Czar, looks like he's been roughed up quite a bit. Indeed, I can offer healing potions if you wish, a token of goodwill. Okay, I'd be grateful. I prefer to manage on my own. I do not know you or don't want your help. Well, everybody we've talked to you so far said if somebody offers help, take it. So, yeah. Nothing to fear from these simple potions. I'll not even hold you in debt, although your conscience knows otherwise. Yeah, this guy, he's kind of one of them snake oil salesmen. Here, try this, and then he hooks you on it, and then now you feel compelled to want to do something. So here we go. Just like all good people. So we gained a potion of healing. Continue. Perhaps as payment you would go with us to Nashkel. It is a troubled area and we mean to investigate some disturbing rumors about the local mines. So, Montaron and Czar want to go to Nashkel. Okay. There we are to meet the mayor of the town named Baron Gaskell. Okay. So, your conscience be your guide. So there's little else for me to do. I may as well go with you. Or go your way and leave me be, or I would join with you, but I got to meet somebody first. Perhaps you'll go with me. And remember, we're on our way to the Friendly Arm Inn. So this one is what we got to say. We've precious little time, but it's best to travel accompanied. So anyway, boom. And I will go with you, but ye owe us for the time. Okay, very good. So anyway, they joined our party. We got a little bit of gold that they were carrying pooled up in us. And now let's take a look at them.
You spoke at me?
You spoke at me? So, Montaron. He's a male halfling. He's a fighter thief multi-class. And he is neutral evil in alignment. Stats really aren't all that bad. 16 is decent strength. 17, that's good thieving skills. Constitution is pretty good. He's not squishy. And then the rest doesn't really matter. Level 1 thief, level 1 fighter. Okay, good to know. What do you got? You got a short sword and We'll take that. You got some studded leather. We'll take that. And just like another oil of speed, we'll take that. And a potion of healing, and I think you're probably going to need it. So, just like with Emowyn, we're just going to say that they're donating to the better good of our expedition. That sounds good. All he's got is a dagger, but he's got
Stop handing me things. Do I
Okay.
look like I'm made of hands?
Okay, can't carry anymore. So anyway, he's got a couple scrolls here. So the scrolls are going to go to the mage, even though he can't use these. But that's all he's got. And now we're going to go ahead and reform. And we're going to reform, and we're going to say thank you for joining us. We're done with you. And
Something troubling you?
You're letting me go, but we've shared so much, so many good times. It's truly a sad day. And yeah, see, both of them, these two travel as a pair. And if you release one of them, you got to release them both. Anyway, so.
You have my attention.
Okay, they gave us some items, which we'll just say that it's going to help us on our way. No harm, no foul. We didn't attack them. They're still there. And if I'm not mistaken, they're going to stay there until the end of the game also. So anytime we want to pick them up, we can always go back. Okay, here's another NPC, Colsaid, and he has information, but he's not going to join our party. Normally, after Emowyn, we would be walking on the road. He basically tells us about those two people up there. Well, busy day for me indeed. Strange noises through the night. Now all the plethora of the people strolling in the woods. Stand away from me. I little trust from what happened last night. Of course, he's talking about the ambush. Could you help me? My foster father and I were attacked. Now I'm not sure where to go. That's not true. I know where to go. I would have your assistance. I was ambushed last night and require whatever you can give. Or you saw two people in the wood. I was told to meet some friends. Okay, anyway, we're going to do this one here. And he's basically going to say, all I've got is some good advice for you. Make friends where you can. Traveling alone is a certain death. And then that's your cue as a new player to get a party together. Okay, thank you. And that was happy. It is so different playing this game from good mode to evil mode. And I'll tell you what, evil mode is a difficult playthrough. Because number one, you want to try to stay in character of an evil person. And in order to do so, you kind of have to let your reputation tank. And in doing so, you're taking the risk of getting attacked around every corner. Okay, this is one of those gibberlings. And they like to scream a lot, so make sure everybody has a ranged weapon.
Yes?
And here we go. You see, this is the only reason I don't like darts. Because the dart is a shorter distance weapon than, say, the short bow, the crossbow, or the sling. These are at longer ranges, when he has to step up closer to that, which means that a lot of times when we're in a ranged combat and the enemy approaches, I'm going to be pulling him back so he doesn't get whacked on, so to say. Anyway, we're done.
Your command? I'll do it.
The gibberlings don't have anything on them. If they do, it might be like a little gem or maybe a couple pieces of gold. This is our next stop.
Oh, there, wanderer. Stay thy course a moment to indulge an old man.
Okay. And Spoiler, this is the E that was in Gorian's letter. This gentleman here is called Elminster. And for anybody that's familiar with the second edition, well, not second edition, any edition of Dungeons and Dragons, in particular the Forgotten Realms, you will know of Elminster. And he's quite the mage. Anyway, not to imply anything, but how can you measure up to your standards, pestering strangers? You know, that's not a nice thing to say. A fair bit desperate, actually. Might you know the way to the Friendly Arm Inn? I was told to meet some friends there. I'm not stupid listening to a stranger. You know, no, we're going to do this one. We're desperate. Ah, that I would. The inn is but a short distance to the north, so he's pushing us to go north here. Its doors are open to all. I have no doubt that thy friends shall be there waiting with open arms. My sympathies for the hardships. And, yeah, he probably already knows what happened. So anyway, we're going to go ahead.
I hear you.
And I'm actually going straight in this direction for now because I want to go to this rock. And the reason I want to go to that rock is because there is... Well, okay, just as soon as we found out what was in there, we're getting attacked. So as long as everybody still has their missile weapons...
Speak.
Let's go after this thing. And notice how fast that thing is advancing on us. Again? So you really need to switch weapons quickly. So these two right here
you have my attention.
Are going to try to cut this thing off. Perfect. And we're just going to let the combat play out from here. What is the... well, we could tell what it is here. It is a... It's just a wolf. Okay, that's interesting, because this wolf was brown.
I'll do it.
And there's a ring. Notice the blue hue? It is a magic ring. Spoiler, I know what this is already. It's a +1 ring of protection, and I am going to go ahead and give this to Helmut, since he's the one who seems to be getting spanked the most right now. Notice his armor class is at a 0. Once he puts the ring on, it goes down to a -1. So that's good to know. I still don't believe I got rid of his spell. Let's go ahead and deal with the Friendly Arm Inn. There may be one more encounter that we get. There it is up here. What? So once again, I'm putting everybody into ranged weapons to at least get one shot.
Your command
on this thing before it comes to us.
Have at you.
And now that I've got that shot off, we're going to go to melee weapons.
What is the plan?
We cannot outrun him. So I'm not even going to try.
Now.
Into the fray!
And make sure that he doesn't get in combat. Perfect.
Take that!
Aha, take that. Okay. Did I give... I don't know if I gave Helmut a helmet. There's a tongue twister for you. I did. Good. The helmets protect against critical hits.
You have my attention, if
Here
you
we
insist.
Go. Now, up to the Friendly Arm Inn. And then on our way down, we'll clear the fog of war for that screen. Here we go. Cut screen.
You have been waylaid.
Oh my gosh, this wasn't supposed to happen. Two things that we can do here. We can either attempt to fight them, which is probably going to be death for at least one person in our party, only because we're still fresh, first levels. Whenever something like this happens, or I should say, whenever you change from one region to another, you can always go back in, load the game, and it takes you back to the screen right where you left.
What?
And you can do this
I'll
again.
do it.
And now we go to the friendly arm, and there's no ambush. Anyway, here we go. Oh, right, it's daylight. Perfect. Well, the first thing that we're going to do, something caught Hans's eye, and it's in this direction.
Easily done.
So he's all, hey, guys, we got to go over here. Because my magic sense is telling me that there's something I want right next to this pine tree. When you hit the tab button, boom, there it is, that little speck. And Hans
How may I be of assistance?
has his eye on it. And you got to get right on that little thing. Poof.
I shall attend to it in a trice.
Boom, he's got it. This is the ring ever memory, and also known as a ring of wizardry. This doubles all first level spells for the mage. Since I already know what it does, I'm going to go ahead and equip it. And if you look at his spells, these are the 2 he started with. And now 2 more slots open up. And since I have one identify right here to use, I am already going to identify this ring. Ring of Wizardry, Ever Memory, can memorize double the amount of first level wizard spells. Awesome. Probably one of the best rings you can get in the game. As long as I'm here, I am going to go ahead and put a potion of healing up there, then the wand of magic missiles up there. He'll identify this later. These, because they have red around them, that means that he cannot use them. And actually, he would be the only person who would be able to. And so we're going to go ahead and get rid of those when we can.
Your command?
And that's all we wanted on the outside here. And let's go ahead and go into here. And I think we're going to go ahead and knock out all of the Candlekeep quests. So the first thing we're going to do is come across this door right here. And we're going to go in. And this is Joya.
If you insist.
Yes?
So, hey there, you're new, aren't you? Could I trouble you for a moment? Tell me what you need, but make it quick. No, that's not us. Leave me be. That's not us. Certainly, my lady, speak your mind. There we go. That's what a nice gnome would say. Such manner. Well, maybe not grumpy gnome. Grumpy gnome would be kind of grumpy, but here we go. Such manners, well, indeed, gruff for the weak. So keep your please and thank you garbage for the nobles. No, actually, I would not say please and thank you to nobles because, quite frankly, as good old Abraham Lincoln said, all men are created equal. So I have no respect for authority. Here we go. I will help you. I have no time to help you, or what's in it for me? Well, here we go. I will help you. There's the good answer. I have no time for you. There's the evil answer. And what's in it for me? That's probably the neutral answer. So we'll help. Thank you. Creatures just to the north of the inn. I swear you can almost see them from here in the upper room. Okay, bring my ring back when you get it. Okay, so she wants us to go get a ring.
A simple task.
Okay, we're going to come over here and go into this room. This is one of them interesting situations where although we are going to rob this guy blind, he doesn't care. So Wolfgang?
Yes? All right, all right.
What's he got? We got a long sword. Ah, nuts. His inventory is full. Okay, that's going to go there. Potions of speed can go there. Arrows Well, that's as many as you can get there. And that's about it. That's about, oh, magic goes to the wizard. There we go. Oh, potions go to the doctor. And that's usually how I like to organize my party. So now,
Indeed.
get the longsword, come over here. It's locked. Well, guess what? Let's get those experience points. Take these two. And I don't know if there was anything back here or not. Let's go ahead and hit tab. Nope, that's it. Grab our party.
Speak.
And
A simple
thank you.
task.
Thank you very much for allowing us to rob your house.
Very well.
Nothing in there. Right now, I'm just clearing the fog of war that's on the inside of the inn. Got a couple cows over here. I guess you can talk to them if you want to. They don't say much. Maybe moo. And that's about it. Come on down here. Come on down here. Heya. Oh my God, we're going to meet somebody that loves to say heya. And some people would probably argue that that person is the most annoying person in the game. But you know what? He can say heya all he wants. Because once he's done saying heya, we're going to get 400 experience points for it. So you can heya me all you want. Heya. Okay, once again, I'm just clearing the wall here. There are, I thought there were barrels here that we could interact with. If not, no big deal. They wouldn't have much in them. I don't want to go too far into this corner because you'll find out in a minute. But we'll go ahead and visit the temple here. And these are our kind of people. Actually, we can come in from here. Now it's going through the main entrance. This is the Temple of Wisdom.
You are welcome here in Glitter Gold's sight.
Okay, that is key. Pure advanced Dungeons and Dragons. All are welcome in Garl Glitter Gold's temple. Garl Glitter Gold is the god of the gnomes, and Galana Mirrorshade, she's the priestess here, and her husband is actually the innkeep for the Friendly Arm Inn. Once again, any temple, you can raise your reputation, you can heal your people, you can, here you go, what sort of cures do you have available? Boom. And see, here's where you give your donations. Every 100 gets you a reputation point. Over here, cure light wounds. If you need anybody healed in your party for 50 points, you'll drop heal light wounds, which does 8 points every time you use it. And over here, these are potions that you can purchase to take with you. And this will identify any magic items if you are unable to identify your own items. But anyway.
Quickly, now. Easily done.
We don't need anything. But it was nice to meet you. And we will be coming back later to meet her again in the future. All right. Let's get ready to rumble. These are town guards, and they basically just want to make sure that everybody keeps the peace. I know what's up here, and I'm going to go ahead and use a little bit of foreshadowing. And what we're going to do is Helmut, is going to cast one of his priest spells, Bless. Bless is going to go on all of us. It has a 15-foot radius, so it's going to catch all of our people. And upon the cast, the morale of the friendly creatures are increased by +1. Plus, it raises their attack and damage rolls by +1. So, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to cast Bless on our party. Okay, now, normally, I know how to deal with this, but for the sake of playing the game out for all new players, we're going to let the dialogue play out by itself. So we would take our whole party.
You have my attention.
And we would be going up the stairs.
Very well.
Hi, friend.
So, Tarnish. Hi, friend. I've not seen you here before today. What brings you to the Friendly Arm Inn? Now, see, we already don't know much about this guy. Nothing really. Oh, there's our 2 hours, so let's go ahead and wrap this up here quickly. I've not seen you here before. What brings you to the Friendly Arm? Not much, just worry travelers looking for a place to rest. I'm here to meet friends, or I'm not your friend and my business is my own. Well, this would probably be the good answer. Oh, you must be who I'm to meet here. Then I will take you to your friend. But first, are you the correct person? Is your name Guenter? Why, yes it is. Perfect. Then you are indeed the person I seek. Hold still a moment, won't you? And he goes hostile. So, what would I do in this situation? Well, first of all, everybody is going to go into attack mode on him. You have your sword. Good. You are going to cast Command. And remember I said this basically knocks him out? We're going to need that to help us out. And in addition to that,
let's give them a right threat.
He goes down, and that's probably the quickest combat you can get through at this point. So anyway, the mage in our group is going to grab all the spells. We're going to grab this, and we don't need his staff because staffs don't sell for anything.
Hide away that which should not see the sun's light.
Thank you, Helmut. That's good advice. And we got our first bounty notice. That noise was just the spell wearing off. So, be it known to those of evil intent, a bounty has been placed upon the head of Guenter, foster child. So basically, right now we're worth 200 gold pieces to any bounty hunter that finds us. Cool. Good to know.
What?
Let's get into the end. And believe me, we're just about ready to end this episode. This individual here, he's a new addition to Enhanced Edition. This is Dorn. He is let's just say we'll meet him later in the game.
If you insist.
It's about time. Bring me another flagon of ale.
Okay, really don't, you know what? That's pretty much what you would expect from a half-orc to say. Oh, I think you mistaken me for someone else, or I'm not your servant, get your own. I think you mistaken me.
Then why do you bother me? Be gone.
All right, nothing would please me more.
Hey, friend. Good to meet a fine sod such as yourself.
And he's basically going to tell us a little bit about, we need to go to the south, and how come the roads are cut off? Well, they're crawling with brigands and bandits to get every scrap of iron. Yeah, so anyway, we could go ahead and learn about his uncle. For the sake of mine, I hope the roads clear up soon. I just want to end this dialogue. So there we go. Anyway, and take a quick walk into here real fast. Gonna grab something from that cabinet. Another potion of healing. And now we're gonna come over and meet Khalid and Jahira. This is Khalid. And this is his wife, Jahira.
How long must we wait here? Things stir to the south as we sit.
Good day, friend. You are the child of Gorion, are you not? I recognize you from the letter he writes. Forgive my manners. I am Jahira. This is Khalid, my husband. Good to know you. And Khalid is the most annoying person in this game. We're old friends of your adopted father. He's not with you. We must assume the worst. He would not permit his only child to wander without accompaniment. If he passed, we surely share your loss. Gorion and others say that, blah, blah, blah. You also wished for Khalid and I to become your guardians. Okay, we could travel with you. And here again, we've updated journal. And your company would be welcome. And of course, that is what we're going to say. Well, good, then we'll leave as soon as you're ready. And with that said, they have joined our party. And in the next episode, you guys are going to meet Khalid and Jaheira. With that said, this is a good place to end this episode. If you liked it, please give me a like. If you're on Twitch, please follow me. By all means, follow me. And on YouTube, you can subscribe to my channel. I will be uploading this to YouTube once we are done here. And with that said, share it. Tell 10 people about my channel. If you don't know 10 people, tell 5 people twice. Let them know we're here to get our grump on, which we have done. And without further ado, I think we're going to call that the episode. So let me give you the awesome end screen like right now. And we'll see you in the next one. Hey, once again, this is Grumpy Gnome. Thank you very much for watching this episode. I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Let's go ahead and pause, and we'll go ahead and end stream. Bye-bye.